Howdy y'all, and welcome to Creators Gaming. Today we're going to learn how to make some stackable terrain craft. And I'll show you what it looks like towards the end of the video, but this is really easy, really simple. I really like how this puts together. It's easy to store because all you have to do is stack it on top of each other, and you can either use it as a diocese or use it for its intended purposes, or you just use them as stairs. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. To start off with, we're going to be using some knockoff Jenga bricks cut to size. That way we can make other shapes and other designs with them. Here I'm just playing with the layout on how I want them to go, and then I'll glue them down. The base that I'm going to glue them down on is just an old cardboard box from some snacks that we had, because I like to reuse things. I don't really like to throw away a whole bunch. But I'm just going to use a little bit of PVA glue and then glue the bricks down on however I see fit. No real right or wrong way. The reason why I do it is because later on I'll be painting them and then the glue just looks bad once you start painting the bottom sides. And it's just whatever design you want to go with. I like this one because it does tend to stack together and I can reduce the amount of storage space that I have to have for these. That, and when they're all laid out, it makes the gaming table really pop. You can mix and match the different designs that you've made, and they really go together really well, especially if you're using the same size Jenga pieces. But Rich, I said before, these are the knockoff small ones that I got these from Dollar Tree. Super, super cheap. Hardly spending anything on this at all. So maybe out of maybe $3, including all the paint and all the glue. Your paint is going to be the most expensive thing that you're going to have to pay for out of this build. I know what you're thinking. You've already seen me do this part, but believe me, this one's a little bit different. This is just the stairway method, and this I'm going to kind of show you how they fit together. So it's the same, but different. I'm just making sure that it's level on the board, that way it fits in the box that I have for it a little bit better, because if it's all askew, then it doesn't fit quite right. And we are going to muck up the wood a little bit to make it look like it's weathered bricks. The dry brushing will bring out even more details. Do give it some time to dry before you start whittling on it though, because this blocks, with the glue still wet, obviously it's going to move around and you don't want to hurt yourself. Now with this, I'm just taking away some of the sharper edges. I probably should be wearing gloves, but I'm not. But just be careful when you're doing this where you don't slip and hurt yourself. And here I'm just showing you that you can stack them or have them apart, and they look pretty cool. I really like how these turned out. Kudos to my husband for showing me this. Just showing you that I'm going to base coat them in a flat black. I'm using flat black, not the satin, because it doesn't look quite right if it's satin. Matte kind of soaks up the paint a little bit better. For my color combination on this, I start off with a brown dry brushing, and then I'm going to move on to a gray to give it kind of a dustier, dirtier look to it. And now you can put on some wash at the end. I did not on these, because with it being acrylic paint, it does tend to kind of dull out all by itself anyway. So I'm not too worried about how bright it is right now. We don't use expensive craft paints. This is, I think it's Apple Barrel, or it could be Folk Art. I don't remember. I think it's Apple Barrel. But again, it's a matte color, so it doesn't have a lot of shine to it. Make sure to also get the underneath sides as well. That way, whenever you're stacking them on top of each other, if you decide to make a diocese out of this, or daisis, or however you want to pronounce it, probably pronounced it wrong. Somebody will probably correct me in the comments. That's okay. I like the comments. I read the comments. So go for it. But the point is, if you do decide to flip them over, it still looks like stone on the underneath side. So it's interchangeable. You can use them however you want. I'm not going to force you to watch me paint all of these, so I'm going to fast forward here in a moment. I just wanted to show you the bottom side. With that step done, I am going to go ahead and dry brush in a gray. This one happens to be a country gray, which I don't really see the difference. I just want a little darker gray, so this works fine. Don't worry if you go a little too heavy-handed. You can always give it a wash afterwards. Like I said before, I didn't on these. I was happy with the way that they looked, but you may be more particular than I am. Mostly just wanted to finish them because there are so many. You'll see here in a little bit. And again, don't forget to get the underside. And here I'm just showing you some of the ways that you can arrange these for your table. This isn't all of them. There's different ways that you can use it. You can mix and match, you can do whatever you want. And it looks really cool. I like this. And again, you have little diasis in the middle for your BBEG to stand up in the middle to give it speech, or a really cool trap at the end. I think this little guy is one of my favorite of all the minis that I've painted. He just looks so cool. You don't have to worry about being too gentle with these. They get kind of knocked around, and I think that just adds to the aesthetic. And as you can see, my little lich looks right at home, ready to do his dastardly deeds. For the new coffee corner, I didn't know if my new supporter wanted to be named, so I named her Mother of Cats. Thank you, Mother of Cats. So that's about it. It's super easy, super quick. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, like the video, share the video. It helps out a whole bunch. Don't forget to check out my links in the description, and I hope to see y'all next Friday. Bye.